Hello there, and thank you for using 𝗕𝗏𝗏. In this video, we're going to explore the BeeGuide feature within the app, which allows us to generate entire projects using a short idea or script. Let's begin. Firstly, let's see where we can actually locate the BeeGuide project creation. We can find it by switching tabs up top to the BeeGuide tab, or by using the new project and selecting the BeeGuide option. On this new page, up top, we will see the 6 steps that we should go through in order to create our video. Note that you can skip certain steps if, for example, you do not want voices and music in your project, or if you don't want videos or characters. You can also go back to a previous step even after proceeding to the next. Below that, we can select the language the script and voiceover will have. The images and video prompts will remain in English for better results. To the right, we can select if we want to generate our project based on an idea or if we have a script ready, for which we can use the paste option. We'll go with a short idea and let the AI do its thing. Below is where we type our actual idea, what we want the project to be about. I'll go with a primary school teacher trying to teach a group of kids regarding push and pull forces in physics. As we move on, we'll notice a few quick story ideas, but below that, the aspect ratio, landscape, portrait, or square. For this one, I'll stick with the landscape aspect ratio. We can also set the number of scenes within our project, a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 50. Depending on how many you set, we can also see an approximate duration of the project once generated. We'll leave it at 5 slides and proceed to the styles, where we will have a lot of options to choose from, including cartoon, anime, 3D Pixar, Disney cartoon, vaporwave, papercraft, and a lot more. I'll go with Pixar for this one. And that is step 1 complete. We can see a few more details below, like the number of slides and approximate duration. But let's go ahead and proceed to the next step. If the AI needs a bit more details, we will see step 1.5, which will be a pop-up asking if we want to just proceed with the details we've already provided, or if we want to help the AI by answering a series of questions. Let's help it out by selecting the Refine and Improve option. Here we will be presented with a number of questions with 4 generic answers and an option to input our own response to each. Once the answers are inputted, we can proceed to add any details we want at the end, like focus on humor or keep the tone professional. Once we're done, go ahead and click Generate Script and we will be presented with step 2. In this step, the AI has already generated the idea and script and has everything ready to proceed. Here we can review all the details. Note that you can also copy the idea or script in case you would like to use it again in the future. If we scroll down, the first thing we see is the characters that have been generated for our project. In this case, we have 1 single character, but your project may contain more. We can upload the character from our library, very useful if we've had the characters in previous projects and we want to use them again in this one. We can also upload one from our device, or we can wait until the next step when the AI will use the prompt, which we can edit here, to generate the character. If we want more characters, we can just use the Add Character option, or if we want less, we can just delete them. Below we have the scenes, 5 scenes as I requested. We can see the scene text for each as well as which of our characters will be present in that scene. And if we go all the way up and click the Show Prompts button, we can also see the prompts that will be used for the image and video generation for each scene. We can also edit them here, add more characters to the scene or remove characters. And we can drag and drop each scene to whatever order we want. Delete or add new scenes. Let's go ahead to the next step, which is characters. Here is where we start generating the images for our character. We can just go ahead and click the Generate All Characters button. On the top right of this button, we will see how many credits will be used. Or we can scroll down and generate the characters individually. Let's go ahead and use the Generate All button. Once generated, we will have an option to regenerate the image. which consumes 1 credit and offers us another version of the image. We can select what kind of style we want by basing it on any other character we've generated in the past. I'll just keep the style as we've set in the beginning. We'll notice that we have a view image history appear for this character because we've generated multiple images for it. If we click this, we can access our generation history, which stores up to our last 6 versions of the scene. Should we want to generate more than 6, we have to go ahead and delete one of the ones inside the image history pop-up. We can preview each one and select whichever we want to use. Now, let's proceed to the next step, which is generating the image for the scenes. In this step, we also have the Generate All Images button that also lets us know how many credits we're about to use. Or, scrolling down will show us each scene and its individual prompt and which characters are present in the scene. We can also upload our own image from our device, or generate the images individually. While we can delete scenes in this step and add remove character, we cannot add more scenes like we could in the previous step, or alter their order. I'll go ahead and generate the scenes. We can now click each image to view it, regenerate just like we did for the characters, which will provide us with more options to choose from, or use the AI image editor. In this editor, we can remove certain parts from an image, remove background, enhance quality, or even change the style altogether. Let's have a look at how this works. I'll select the Change Style option and go ahead and convert this to a sketch. We now have this cool little slider that shows us the difference between the original and the new image. Let's go ahead and hit Accept and Update. No worries, we won't lose our original image. We will notice a Versions option has appeared under the scene image that we've modified. Similar to the image history in the character step, clicking here shows your generation history, storing up to 6 most recent versions of this scene, and select whichever one we want. As you can see, I have my sketch version saved here, but I'll just use the original one this time. So I press the Use This Version button, which will also update it in our scenes. Let's move on to the voice and music step. Remember that you can skip this step if you do not want to generate a voiceover or music to your project. But if you do, we have the option to choose a narrator. Go ahead and pick whichever one you prefer, and then we scroll down to the speaking style, where we have some preset speaking styles, or you can just tell the narrator how you want it to speak. Once done, we can hit the Generate Voiceover button to proceed. While that gets generated, we can also have a closer look at the background music option, where again, we will have a few preset options, or we can manually tell the AI what kind of music we want. Now, note that the default text in the standard option will match the vibe and feel of the script. We can also upload our own music should we prefer, using the Upload Music option. Once decided, we can go ahead and hit the Generate Music button and play a preview to see how you like it. You can also regenerate the music, which will cause a version history button to appear, showing up to the last 6 generated songs for this project. We can also download any of these versions to our device, which is recommended. Scrolling further down, we can see the scenes and listen to their new voiceovers by hitting the speaker icon below the scene number.
In a sunlit classroom, Ms. Rivera introduces
Similarly
the
to our
magic of
images
forces to
and
her
music,
curious
if you
students.
regenerate a voiceover, we can see the previous versions from that scene. We'll go ahead and keep this as is, and proceed to the next and final step, videos. In this step, the first thing we notice is a drop-down where we can select the AI that will handle the video generation. In the drop-down menu, we will see the name of each AI as well as how many credits are consumed for each scene. Note that if we choose One or Pixverse, we do not have an option to sync the video duration with the voiceover because these always generate 5-second videos. I'll go with 𝗕𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗚𝗂𝗏. And now our sync video duration with voiceover is enabled. We can either check this so the video duration is handled automatically based on how long the voiceover is, or we can uncheck it and set the default duration to however long we want with the slide bar. Changing this value will apply this length to all videos. Alternatively, we can scroll down to our scenes where we can upload a video from our own device directly, or hit the generate button present on each scene where we can manually adjust the instructions, starting image, video model, sync, and duration for that scene alone. I'll just use the sync video to voiceover option for all videos and hit the start generation button, which also shows us the number of credits being used. The AI will start working on creating the videos for each scene. Once finished, we can preview each one or regenerate if we are not satisfied with the results. If we regenerate, we can also modify the instructions, starting image, video model, and duration. Once regeneration is complete, just like before, a versions button will appear. You can always use this to access the history of up to 6 previously generated videos for your scene and select your favorite. This page will also have the voiceovers present below each scene number, which we can play. Once we are satisfied with the scenes, we can go ahead and click the Open Video Editor button, which will finalize the BeeGuide process and send us into the video editor with everything already in its proper place. I won't get too in-depth with the video editor in this video, but we have a video that focuses on this very important part of the app, so make sure you check it out. Here we can change images, videos, voiceovers, captions, text and image layers, scene duration, image and scene effects, and a lot more. But I'll just go ahead and render our created video using the export option on the top right. Set it to 1080p, 60 FPS, ultra quality, and export the video so we can have a look.
In a sunlit classroom, Ms. Rivera introduces the magic of forces to her curious students. With a gentle push, the toy cart zooms forward, capturing the kids' wide-eyed excitement. As the wagon is pulled closer, the kids watch in awe, learning about the power of pulling. The kids experiment with forces, leading to a humorous moment of push and pull confusion. The class concludes with a triumphant display of learning, ready to take on the world of physics.
Please note that some of the options presented in this video may not be available if you do not have the 𝗕𝗏𝗄 Pro and Voices Pack upgrades. Thank you for watching. We are positively buzzing to see what amazing projects you will create using 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏. Until next time.